All right, y'all, I'm back at it again today. A little short video here. Out on the hunt out here in Lovick. See what we can find today. Here we got covered in the dirt, just sticking up. It's a little rock. Let's see what it is. Squirt that sucker off. It's windy today, so we voice over it. But it was a beautiful day. You can see all the vegetation still out there. There you go. There's a nice mosser to start it off. Check it out. You can see the one end, you can see the moss really good. The other end, you have to clean it all up, but you can see what's under there. There's your moss. It's a pretty rock there. Again, just a little tippy top will stick it out. Thought it was a chip, but again, when you go to pick it up, there's the rest of the rock, so it's a pretty cool rock. I like it. It's a good way to start off. All right, hunting around, there's one sitting right here. Let's see what this little guy is. Looks like a moss, but you can never tell till you get him out and squirt it off. Sometimes it's moss, sometimes it's not. That's just the way it goes. But this was worth picking up for sure. So let's see what it is. And you can see all the vegetation. Huh? Look at that, huh? Usually this is all barren, right? Except for the few creosote bushes. So here we go. So this one's got some moss in it. You can see where the white is, and you can see right down that end. It's got some moss in it. There you go. It's a little tighter packed moss, but it's there. You can see it. That's a decent little chunk. That may clean up real nice. Yeah, I like that one. That's pretty good. All right. Now on this one here he goes, a little moss chunk we just picked up. That's pretty cool. You can definitely see all the little moss lines in there. Real pretty one. You can see how all the little lines form there. Shows a lot of good definition of how the little straws form that actually make the moss. All right, here's another one. So there's another little moss chip picked up. Okay, you can see all the moss lines in there. You can see some of the agate right there. It mixes in there. Top's got a lot. There you go. Got a little bots there. It didn't show a whole lot. It's a pretty little rock, so you know we're heading in the right direction. We're finding some pieces, so you know you're going to probably find more. You're in a good spot when you start finding some pieces. Again, just look at all the grass and everything popping up all in here. Again, this is all usually just barren rocks and sand, you know. That was a no. This is one here. It's a pretty nice chunk, but I can see from the side it's just regular red jasper, so I'm not even going to bother trying to dig that one up. You can see some of the flowers and some of the grass just walking around here. Looking around, there's a white flower, and there's a yellow flower. Wait, what is that? Okay, now that right there, hopefully you can see those lines that I saw. I was had a lot of hope that this was going to be moss, because you can see when I squirt it off, you're going to see the lines better. It's indicative of when you see the moss out there. A lot of times you'll see those lines because of the way it forms. And you can see those lines right there. But you can see it's not really moss. It's more of like a sponge pattern, I call that, when it's like that. But it had those lines. I saw those lines from far away. I was like, man, this is a big piece of moss. Nice piece. It's mostly jasper. It's pretty much all red jasper. And it fools you sometimes. So here's a nice piece of chalcedony with a little carnelian on top. Again, I just love this stuff. I love how it forms and all these little circles, and it's always just really cool looking. It's kind of interesting patterns. It's pretty neat stuff, but I got a lot of that, so I don't usually keep that. Here's a piece of brachiated. Again, it's got some orange and brown. It's a little piece of brachiated chips. Not on the giant pieces today, you know. Not finding the giant pieces yet, but the day's still young. Who knows? But still fun just to get out here and hunt around. walk around, and then, like I said, everything's blooming out in the desert right now. It was absolutely beautiful. Now here's a piece of galaxy stone here. So this is basalt and all or like a lava rock, and all the little voids filled in with agate and chalcedony. So this is what they call galaxy stone sometimes, but this is a pretty nice one. You find these out here, and a lot of times they're not full, or they have just a few little voids full, but a little something different to show you than the normal moss. And here's another piece of, well, it's banded, so we'll call it agate. It's got bands in it, and then it's got the orange chalcedony on the top, which we call carnelian. So again, this is the same way that fire agates form, but these don't have the fire in them, and they're not dark enough. So, but just cool because they're banded. It's another cool rock you can find out there just to pick up. There's another one. Check this one out. This one's got a weirdo pattern. Look at that. It's like bubbly, mushy, like all melted up, and it's like bizarro. The way look how it's melted like that, or how it formed like that. Bizarre, huh? It's like it's squished out, and I don't know. It's interesting to think about how that stuff forms and how the forces that are within the earth form to make those particular rocks. Here's another piece squirting off. Again, I'm thinking this is a big piece of moss. Who knows? And we can't hold the camera straight. There we go. Not really moss though. It's got some pattern in it, but it's not quite moss. It's close. It's close, but it's not quite. It may be cool when you cut it open and look at the inside. Who knows? I got a little piece I think I just picked up. Let's see what this piece is. Yeah, it was sitting right there. Oh, there's a white piece of, another piece of, this one almost looks like a brain pattern. This one, I don't see bands, so we'll call that with chalcedony. Here you go. Check this one out. So this one's going to be cool to cut open because look, it definitely has some red moss there. It's got some other darker color moss. It's got a little bit of that gray-blue agate in there. It's a little Heinz 57 here. This has got a little bit of everything. This one's got me intrigued to see when I cut it what's going to be in the inside of this one, because this one could be a dud in the inside. Who knows? But it's interesting. It's definitely different than a lot of the stuff I usually find out here. It's a little different, so that one I kind of like. That's the stuff I kind of like to find. Y'all know I like the weirdo rocks. Of course, I love the moss too. Those are my favorite. So here's a nice little chunk. Not quite a moss. Almost tried to be a moss. More of a piece of jasper with a bunch of voids in it. It's got pretty colors though. I do love the colors of the stuff out here. It's very pleasing to me. So this one's almost moss, not quite. So tightly packed in there. It's definitely got pattern, but it's not quite there. You can see some of the patterns here. Excuse me. On the sides. You can see that wind blowing too. Oh, here's a big piece of chalcedony or agate. I can't tell, but it's bubbly on the top. Put him back. Catch and release program. Yep, another catch and release. So, again, it was a pretty nice day. I enjoyed being out here. I just enjoy getting out there to hunt around. Here's one here. This is usually moss type stuff, but look at that weirdo right there on the end. It's got I don't know what color you'd call that, with a little piece of agate running through it. A little pattern. Pretty nice. Here's another little piece. Let's see what this one is. Almost got some pattern. Let's squirt it off and take a better look at it, huh? See what we got here. Oh, yep, moss it is. There you go. I think we're going to end the video on a good moss here, a little moss piece. All right, that's going to wrap it up for this one today. Thank y'all for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll catch y'all on the next one. Don't forget to keep on rocking, everybody.